Hello and welcome back. I'm here and I'm Teddy Strings. Welcome back to another lesson. In the last lessons we learnt about the introduction to guitar basically, and the choices, how old you are and all that stuff. You can see that in the link above here. So now we're going to talk about the kinds of guitars. In the last lesson I talked about being able to choose which guitar suits you best. So in my opinion, I'll talk about the acoustic guitar first. This is an acoustic guitar. You've all seen it around. It's used to play a lot of kinds of music, country music, a lot of soul music, a lot of R&B. You hear this nice, warm, smooth feeling. It's not harsh at all. It gives you a mood. It's very smooth, right? So yeah, on this specific acoustic guitar, you can connect it. So it's a plain acoustic. But some acoustics give you the option of being able to connect it, and you can record out and everything with it. Those ones are called electro-acoustic guitars. This specific one doesn't have that. So the next one I'm going to talk about after this is the semi-acoustic, which is a kind of blend between this electric guitar and the one behind me. So this is your semi-acoustic guitar. It looks cool, right? And these are F-holes. If you don't know what they are, they're called F-holes. This is kind of a blend between the electric and the acoustic, because you can connect it, of course. And it's not as thick as the acoustic guitar, but it's a little wider than the electric guitar in the body. And there's a hollow space here. So you can hear the sound very little from the guitar itself. You can hear from the guitar itself. But it gives you an option. It's very jazzy, especially this one with the F-hole. It's very jazzy. And you also have the warm sound with the electric sound. The downside to this is that when you plug in distortion pedals and stuff, you have that bleeding sound. If you're not careful, you have that bleeding acoustic sound. Boom, it's feedback. But I personally like to use this kind of guitars because I have the blend between the acoustic and the electric. I loved playing the acoustic because I started with that. So after transitioning to the electric, the perfect center was this. You can start with this too. It's very good. Next up, we have the electric guitar. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen this everywhere, right? Look, you've seen it everywhere. All of them have 6 strings, the ones I use today. So this guitar is very amazing. I personally love playing electric on bigger stages and stuff because you can switch between sounds very easily. As I talked about the acoustic, when you change, when you switch between the acoustic and the semi-acoustic and you get to this one, you realize that you have options. You can go funky, you can go rock, you can do a lot of stuff with it. It's very versatile. It kind of plays everything. Even if you use some pedals, you can get the acoustic feeling. But there's a wide range of sounds that you can get when you play the electric guitar. It's just that warmness is lost sometimes. That wooden sound you get from the acoustic guitar, you can't really get here unless you use some pedals, but it's way better to just play the acoustic. So I love playing this one. With a band, you mostly need an electric guitar. With the band to stand out, you need an electric guitar. You can use the semi-acoustic too, but if you're not careful, you have feedback on a big stage. You can fix that easily actually. But this electric guitar is you can switch between the pickups. They are very important. Later we'll talk about pickups, but today just understand the difference between the guitars, the electric semi-acoustic and the acoustic and the electro-acoustic. And this is an amp. With these electric guitars, especially this one and the semi-acoustic, you need to connect them with the cable. Because when you play without an amp like this, you can barely hear. I'll turn it off, you check it out. And some people like to practice like this, but I don't advise that. I made that mistake. I practiced for years without an amp, and when I switched to the amp, I could hear everything from my hand. Like when you play and you don't mute it well, you hear the feedback. But when you learn to mute, it's way better. But learn to mute when you're playing the electric guitar. It's probably the first thing I advise anyone to learn. So here we have it, and that's the end of this lesson. See you in the next lesson. Hit subscribe and follow. I'm Teddy Strings. See you later. Bye.